Anthony Zachiglowski. Chef Dave. Rich Bright.
Okay, got most of my drivers here. And can I get my turn marshals, please? All my drivers from the truck group. Got my stadium truckers out here. Yes, sir? Awesome. Thank you.
John Milio. King Arroyo.
All right, I got my marshals making their way to spots. Looks like I got everybody checked in here. Martin not going to make the start on this one. Hopefully we'll see him in round 2. All right, folks, looks like they're ready to go, so we are going live loop. Yeah. All right, guys, 20 seconds in the books. First lap in the books going to be King of 15-1. Everybody else 17s, 19s, 20s. So King, fastest opening lap. Got 35 seconds in. King backing it up with a 16-0. Dave going 15-6. Got John 15-8. 45 seconds in. All right, it's going to be King out front, followed by Dave, John, Anthony, and Rich. 1 minute down.
5 minutes left.
All right, keep it smooth, guys. Keep it smooth. Anthony dealing with some setup changes on that car today, from what I understand. Trying a new setup philosophy. All right, so currently King out front on a 23.05. Got Dave 23.13, John a 22.13, Anthony 20.03, and Rich a 17.03. 130 down, 430 remains. And this time by as your leaders check in, King just .018 ahead of Dave. Both these guys 23.09 for pace. Got John about 6 seconds back. We're approaching 2 minutes down, drivers.
4 minutes left.
All right, King 1/10 ahead of Dave. Dave now 8 seconds up on John. John 0.7 of a second ahead of Anthony. And Anthony a lap up on Rich. We got 2:15 down, drivers. 3:45 left. All right, we got John going 15-2 that time by. 230 down, 330 remains. Careful up front, guys. That is clear. We got one down on the right. That is clear. 240 and 320 left. And this time around, Dave Kreider taking it over, but Dave on his lid. Driving it off the wall. 3 minutes down, drivers.
3 minutes left.
So right now, running order going to be King, John, Anthony, Dave, Rich, and No Martin. All right, keep it smooth, drivers. Keep it smooth. $325 down, 235 to go. Oh. Take it easy out there. Take it easy. Yeah, King 2306, John 2203, Dave 2211, Anthony also 2211, and we got Rich 1806. 345 down. Be careful, guys. Be careful. Back straight, back straight.
2 minutes left.
And that is clear. A minute 50 to go here. Got King 8 seconds up on John. John 4.5 up on Anthony. Anthony 5.4 ahead of Dave. And Dave a lap up on Rich. Got a minute 40 remaining. All right, let him by, let him by. Oh. A minute 15 remaining, drivers. Right now it's King, John, Anthony, Dave, and Rich.
One minute left.
All right, King on 2307, John 2201, Anthony now 2208, Dave 21 flat, and Rich 1804. Take it easy, take it easy. 35 seconds left. Got John going 15-0 that time by a new fast lap of the race. 20 seconds left. Careful on the back straight. Careful. All clear. So King getting a bit of a do-over there. So prior to that, 6.7 ahead of John. We'll see how that affects things.
Chef Dave
Basically
done.
getting a super long lap there.
Anthony Zachiglowski done.
Keep going, drivers. Dave and Anthony, only one's
Rich
done.
Wright done.
And it's going to come down to this here.
King Arroyo done. All drivers are finished.
So John Melio taking
John
that one.
Melio
Going 23-13. Yeah, King 23-15. Dave going 21 flat. Anthony 2102 and Rich 1805.
The race is completed.
All right, folks, this one's going to be Brian, Jordan, Landon, Mike, Julian, and Steve. I think most of these guys are wearing truck later.
Steve Loom. Rice cakes. Leader.
All right, folks, looking for my marshals, all the drivers from that last one.
Jordan Rivera. Jump and land N.
Julian, are you going to make this one? Okay, got our marshals out here. Got all my drivers on stand. Give Julian a moment here. guys can do another lap if you want.
Julian Taylor.
All right, folks. Well, going live loop. Okay, opening lap got BG of 14.1, Landon 14.0, Mike of 14.8, Julian 14.1, Jordan 14.4, and Mike 14.8. Everybody in the 14s here. 30 seconds down. All right, Landon and Brian both going 13.9. Julian going 14.3, Jordan 14.5, Micah 14.1, Steve 14.9. 45 seconds in the books. Okay, 3 laps in the books for everybody. Right now it's Landon 26.03, Julian 26.10, Jordan 25.02.
5 minutes left.
Mike 25.04, Steve 25.07, Brian 25.10. Got 110 down, 450 to go. Got Jordan taking down fast lap 13.8, doing great. Steve 14.2 that time by. Minute 25 in. Careful up front. Right now, Landon 26.05, Jordan 26.11, Brian 25.05, Steve 25.13, Julian 24.04, and Mike 24.08. Landon 7/10 ahead of Jordan, Jordan 1.8 ahead of Brian, Brian 2.8 ahead of Steve, Steve 1.5 ahead of Julian, Julian 0.8 ahead of Mike. Approaching 2 minutes down, drivers.
4 minutes left.
Oh. Ah, 2:25 in, 3:35 left. And right now it's going to be Jordan Rabar to the top spot. 26.10 in the works. Got Brian 26.14. Landon 25.02. Steve 24.01. Julian 24.03. And Mike 24.14. 2:40 in, 3:20 remains. And BG up to the 2 spot now. Okay, drivers, we got 3 minutes down.
3 minutes left.
BG on his lid. 3:15 down, 2:45 left. Let's see as everybody crosses the line here. Right now it's Jordan 0.2 of a second up on Landon. Careful on the left, careful on the left, and man, that was Landon. So close of battle for the lead here. All right, now Jordan 2.8 ahead of Landon. Landon 3.4 ahead of Brian. Brian 2 ahead of Julian. Julian 5.1 ahead of Steve. Steve 0.3 ahead of Mike. 2:20 left, drivers. Jordan's pace right now 26.12. Race leader conceding to BG there. Probably a smart move. Got 2 minutes to go.
2 minutes left.
So right now we got Jordan 0.3 up on Landon. Landon 6.2 ahead of Julian. Julian 2.1 ahead of Brian. Brian 2.1 ahead of Mike. And Mike 4.2 ahead of Steve. 1:45 remaining here. And fast lap of this one going to Landon now. 13.7. Got 13.8 from Jordan. 13.9 from Brian, 14.1 for Julian, 14-1 for Mike, and 14-2 for Steve. Yeah, minute 20 remaining, drivers. Minute 10 to go. All right, Jordan 2.7 ahead of Landon. Landon 6.2 ahead of Julian. Julian 1.6 ahead of Mike. Mike 3 ahead of Brian. Brian 1 ahead of Steve. Yeah, Jordan 25.03. Landon 25.05. Julian 24 flat. Mike 24.01. Brian 24.05. And Steve 24.06. 35 seconds left. At this stage of the race, closest battle looks like Mike Hughes, Brian Gross. 15 seconds left. All right, keep going, drivers, keep going.
Rice cakes done. Jump and land and done. Jordan Ribera done. Leader done. Steve Leung done.
One more car.
All drivers are finished.
All right, that'll be race drivers. Jordan going 25.01. Got Landon 25.03. Julian 25.12. Brian 24.01. Steve 24.06. And Mike 24.09.
The race is completed.
All right, race number 3. You guys are up. All right, that'll be Joe, Lucas, James, Art, Omar, and Patrick.
Lucas Sichiglowski. AJ Cardinale. Patrick Brill. Joe Colicchio.
Indeed, Trevor
James
is in the
Colicchio.
next one.
Omar Man and Salsa.
Yeah, we got the Wednesday night return of Omar, the Wednesday night return of Steve. Welcome back, guys. And Kreider, that's right, Dave Kreider. All right, good to see you guys back out. All right, folks, we're going to get this one going here. Loop is going live. Okay, lap number 1, we got James going 14.8, Lucas 15.3, Patrick 14.7. All right, 30 seconds in, drivers. All right, James and Lucas both going 14.7. Patrick another 14.7. Omar 14.8. Art going 15.0. And Joe 15 as well. Got 45 seconds down. All right, we are just about 1 minute down.
5 minutes left.
Got Patrick out front. James out front now. Very close. Top 3 cars within 1 second. That'll be James, Patrick, Lucas. We got Omar about 2.5 back of that group. Art 1.8 behind Omar. And Omar Art now 3.8 ahead of Joe. Minute 25 down. $130 in. So right now, Patrick Brill out front. All right, 150 down, 4:10 remaining. All right, now Colicchio taking over the top spot. 25:09 in the works. Got Omar 24:07, Patrick 24:09, Lucas 24:12, Art 23:13, and Joe 22:05. James currently 4.3 ahead of Patrick. Patrick 0.6 ahead of Omar. Omar 0.9 ahead of Lucas. Lucas 4.8 up on Art, and Art 4.2 ahead of Joe. Got 225 down, racers. Fast lap in this one. James going 14.0. Got Patrick 14.4, Omar 14.5, Lucas 14.5, Art 14.4, and Joe a low 15. $3.15 remaining.
Three minutes left.
So your race leader driving the blue and pink ride. The lime wheels. Omar down the back straight, holding down the 2 spot. And he's about 1 second ahead of the car he is right ahead of. If that makes sense. Made sense to the room. Got 325 down, 235 to go. So we got James 25:05, Omar 24:03, Patrick 24:03 as well. Lucas 24:05, Art 24:11, and Joe 22:01. 2:15 to go. All right, close battle here for the 2 spot. Patrick currently 0.6 ahead of Omar, who is 0.7 ahead of Lucas. Got 2 minutes left. So James 7.7 ahead of Patrick. Patrick 0.8 ahead of Omar. Omar, well, changing up a bit here. Looks like Omar a bit of a long lap. Got a minute 40 to go, drivers. So James now at 8.6 ahead of Patrick. Patrick 0.9 ahead of Lucas. Lucas 3.6 ahead of Omar. Omar 1 second ahead of Art. And Art 14 up on Joe. A minute 15 left. 75 seconds to go.
One minute left.
A little bit of trouble for your race leader. He gets it going again. Oh, keep it smooth, keep it smooth. Just 45 seconds left. So James, pace now, 25:10. Got Patrick 24 flat. Lucas 24:02. Art 24:06. Omar 24:07. And Joe 23:11. 30 seconds to go. All right, 10 seconds left.
Lucas Sicigloski done. Patrick Brill done. AJ Cardinali done. Omar Mann and Salsa done. James
one more car,
done.
one more car. And that That'll be a
Drivers are
race.
finished. Joe Colicchio
All right,
done.
James taking that one, going 25:10. Lucas, the 24:01.4. Patrick, 24:01.6. Omar, 24:05. Art, 24:07. And Joe, 23:13.
The race is completed.
Okay, race number 4.
George Lynn,
This one's going to be George, Kevin, Bryant, Trevor, and Ryan.
Ryan R. Randall,
That's Ryan
Kevin
R.
Allen.
Randall. What's the R stand for? Actually stands for Rudolph. We decided that in the holiday season.
Goompa, Trevor Hughes,
All right, looks like I got most of my marshals out there. Do I got everybody out there? Can you use maybe one more on the left side if we have? All right, thank you. All right, folks, we're going live loop in just a moment. All right, that is how a live loop start is done. All right, we got Brian 13-3, George 13-8, Trevor 14-3, Kevin 14-7, Ryan a 14-2. 25 seconds in. All right, Bryant out front. Got 27.605 for a pace. Got George also on a 27-lap run, 27.12. Got Trevor 26.07. Kevin 25.05.
5 minutes
Ryan
left.
had a rough lap in the early going, so still working on the pace. Yeah, the way the pace works, if you have a rough lap in the opening minute or so, your pace just looks comically bad for a minute or two. We got a minute 25 down, 4:35 left. Got Bryant, wow, 0.5 now ahead of George. Lap previous, 0.017 the gap. Close racing between these two. Got Trevor just half a second back of those guys. Got Kevin about 4.5 back of Trevor, and Ryan about 9 back of Kevin. 1:45 in, 4:15 left. Bryant on a 26.02, George 26.04, Trevor 26.07, Kevin 25.11, and Ryan
4 minutes
22.01.
left.
4 minutes remain. All right, fast lap so far, 13.2 from Bryant. Got 13.5 for George, 13.9 for Trevor, 14.4 for Kevin, and 14.1 for Ryan. Careful up front, guys, at the roller. And that is clear. All right, Bryant 1 second ahead of George. George 1.2 ahead of Trevor. Trevor 12 ahead of Kevin. Kevin 6 ahead of Ryan. 2:45 down, 3:15 left. Three minutes down.
3 minutes left.
All right, 2:50 to go. This time by Bryant, 27.12, George 26.01, Trevor 26.14, Kevin 24.02, Ryan 24.10. And Bryant's a little bit of a long lap there. That's going to put him 1.4, actually 1.4 back at George Lynn. So George has taken over the race lead. So George right now, 26 flat. Bryant, 26.02. Trevor, 26.13. Kevin, 24 flat. Ryan, 24.07. All right, we're approaching 4 down and 2 to go.
2 minutes left.
This is like watching a battle in a main event right now. George trying to hold off Bryant here. TQ will likely come down to this. A minute 40 to go, drivers. Oh, Bryant's getting a bumper full in there. A minute 30 remaining. So we got George on the clock here, 1.9 ahead of Bryant. Bryant 6.8 ahead of Trevor. Trevor 11 ahead of Kevin. And Kevin 6 ahead of Ryan. Got $1.15 remaining. All right, 5 minutes in, drivers.
1 minute left.
And I think George's approach right here is similar to a main event. Careful in the back corner. George basically does not want to let Bryant by. He doesn't want to give him a chance to pull away and potentially get TQ. Yeah, 40 seconds remaining, drivers. Battle to watch right now. Nose to tail on the racetrack. Orange car versus yellow and blue. 30 seconds left. 20 seconds remaining. Bryant a little deep in that corner. He's trying to extract all he can out of that machine. 15 seconds to go. All right, 5 seconds left on the clock. Keep on going, drivers. Keep going. All right, down the back straight they go. Race leaders. 1.2 apart on the clock. And, Bryant falling back just a bit. All right, leader approaching traffic. I don't think he'll get there, though.
Trevor Hughes done. George Lynn done.
All right,
Kevin
that'll be a
Allen
race,
done.
guys. George Lynn going
finished.
27-13.
Ryan R. Randall done.
Yeah, Bryant to 26.01. Trevor 25.09. Kevin 25.10. Ryan 24.08. Man, that had similar energy to, like, you know, the A main event, you know. Like A number 3 of a Nationals. It all comes down to this. But that was just round 1. We'll see what these guys have to offer here in round 2 and the main event.
The race is completed.
That's just getting our night started there, getting the blood pumping.
Jump and land end. Jordan Rivera.
All right, I'm going to need my drivers from that last race.
Patrick Brill. Julian Taylor.
Mr. Hughes, would you like to run truck tonight? Okay. Okay. All right, looks like I got my marshals. All right, drivers, we're going to go live loop. If you want to take a lap, take a lap. Otherwise, we're going live loop. right, got BG a 14-3. Julian a 14-7. And everybody else 15s and 16s and beyond at the moment. All right, BG 14-5 this time around. Got Julian another 14-7. Landon a 14-8. All right, 45 seconds in. All right, just about 1 minute down.
5 minutes left.
Yeah, Brian, Julian, Jordan, Landon, Patrick, your full running order. BG 2501, Julian 2507, Jordan 2315, Landon now 2313, and Patrick 2209. So at this junction of the race, got Brian 2.1 ahead of Julian, Julian 5 ahead of Jordan, Jordan 1.6 ahead of Landon, Landon 1.7 ahead of Patrick. And so far, fast laps, we got Brian a 14-3, Julian a 14-4, Jordan 14-6, Landon 14-5, Patrick 14-8. Minute 45 down, 4:15 left.
Four minutes left.
All right, BG currently about 2 seconds up on Julian. Landon takes quite the tumble there. That looks like what happened to me on iRacing at Daytona. Tumble, tumble, tumble. 220 down, 340 left. BG 1.7 ahead of Julian. Julian 4.7 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 4.2 ahead of Patrick. Patrick 0.7 ahead of Landon. Julian going 14-2. That is fast lap of the race. So right now, BG 1.7 ahead of Julian. That's one of our closer battles on track. Also got Landon and Patrick less than a second apart. Careful, last jump. 3 minutes down.
3 minutes left.
Wow, Julian going 14-1. So right now, gap between BG and Julian at 0.9. Got BG responding at 14-3. So right now, got BG 8/10 up on Julian. Julian 6.2 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 5.7 ahead of Landon. Landon 6.8 ahead of Patrick. Got 2:25 left. BG going 14-2 that time by. Jordan also going 14-2. Got 2:15 remaining. Right now, Brian 25:04, Julian 25:06, Jordan 24:01, Landon 24:12, and Patrick 23:06.
2 minutes left.
All right, Jordan going 14-2 that time around. Minute 50 to go, drivers. All right, a minute 35 to go. BG another 14-2 that time by. I'll bring the pace to 25:03. Got Julian 25:06. Yeah, Jordan 25:14. Landon 24:08. Patrick 23:02. Yeah, $1:15 remaining. All right, BG just 2 seconds up on Julian. Julian 4.6 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 6.7 ahead of Landon. And Landon 8.4 ahead of Patrick.
Left.
50 seconds remaining. 40 seconds left. Landon going 14-1 last time around. Backs it up to 14-7. 30 seconds left, drivers. All right, 20 seconds to go. Brian currently 4.2 ahead of Julian. Julian 3.8 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 6.6 ahead of Landon. Landon 10 ahead of Patrick. Heading into the final moments here. Keep on driving until the computer says your name. BG going 14-2 the previous lap.
Patrick Brill done. Rice cakes done. Jump and land and done.
2 more. Dos más.
Julian Taylor done. All drivers
All right,
are
folks,
finished.
that will be a race.
Jordan
Brian
Rivera
going
done.
25.02. Julian 25.09. Jordan 25.11. Landon 24.03. Patrick 23.03. And that will conclude round number 1. All right, looks like 7:10. How about 10 minutes, guys? Guys think you'll be ready to go 10 minutes?
The race is completed.
All right, we'll get race number 1 up at 7:20. That'll be Anthony, Dave, King, John, Rich, and Martin.
Chef Dave. $17.1. John Milio. $15.5. $15.7. $18.2. $15.5. $57.5. $15.9. $15.8. $15.6. $15.2. $16.7. 15-4. 16 flat. 15-7. 134.6. 15-3. 16-3. 15 flat. 15-4. 16-5. 15-2. 16-9. 'Goompa. 16-6. 23.8. 15-5. 16-4. 16-2. 18 flat. 16-6. 15-2. 14-9. 16-3. 15-1. 15-9. 16-2. 15-2. 15-8. 16-1. 'Ryan R. Randall. 15-8. 15-1. 15 flat. 15-5. 15-2. 14-7. 18-3. 16-3. 14-5. 16-7. 16-5. 14-7. 15-1. 15-3. 25.8. 18-7. 15-8. 15-8. 14-4, 16-2, 15-4, 15-8, 14-9, 15-3, 17-7, 15-2, 20.4, 14-7, 16 flat, 14-9, 15-3, 15-2, 15-2, 15 flat, 15
All right,
4,
folks, it's about that time.
14-9.
Race number 1. Okay, folks, this one's going to be John, King, Dave, Anthony, Rich, and Martin. Thank you.
Anthony Zachiglowski, King Arroyo, Rich Bright, John Milio,
Hey, Patrick, are you out there? All right, folks. So now we've established the qualifying order. Martin, are you going to make this one? Okay. All right, so starting order here is going to be John 1, King 2, Dave 3, Anthony 4, and Rich 5. All right, folks, it'll be John on the tone. King. Dave. Anthony. Rich. All right, 35 seconds in. Got John Milio out front. 2 laps in the books. John so far going 13-7. All right, 55 seconds in.
5 minutes left.
So we got John Melio out front, currently 24-10 for pace. Got Dave 23-11, King 22-16, Anthony 21-03, and Rich 19-02. All right, race leader driving the white and orange ride. Second place running the orange Tiger. Yeah, King in the 3 spot driving the white car. Anthony running his signature watermelon paint job. And we got Rich driving the blue and silver. Minute 45 down, 4:15 left. John currently 3 seconds up on Dave. Dave 5.8 ahead of King. King 0.2 ahead of Anthony. Anthony 13 ahead of Rich.
4 minutes left.
2 down, 4 to go. All right, John currently 3.1 ahead of Dave. Dave 7.9 ahead of Anthony. Anthony 1.7 ahead of King. Got 3:30 to go, drivers. So John 24-14 at the moment. Dave 23-14. Anthony 22-09. King 22-11. And Rich 19-04. At 2:45 down, 3:15 remaining. All right, John 5 ahead of Dave. Dave 5.5 ahead of King. King 0.1 ahead of Anthony. We got just about 3 minutes down.
3 minutes left.
And Melio starting to stretch out his lead here. 7.5 seconds now, the gap. Yeah, Dave 3.2 ahead of King. King 0.3 ahead of Anthony. Closest battle going to be the 2-3-4 battle. Got 2:40 remaining, drivers. $2:20 remains. All right, just over 2 minutes remaining.
2 minutes left.
Got John 9.9 ahead of Dave. Dave 2 ahead of Anthony. Anthony 5.9 ahead of King. John's pace now 23:01. Got Dave 22 flat. Anthony 22:03. King 22:10. And Rich 19:06. Minute 30 to go, 90 seconds remain. John 12 seconds up on Dave. Dave 2.9 ahead of Anthony. Anthony 2.8 ahead of King. And King lap up on Rich. Minute 15 remaining. Okay, 1 minute to go.
1 minute left.
All right, 50 seconds left. Got Dave going his fastest lap, 15:3. Anthony going 15:4. All right, 35 seconds remaining. 25 seconds to go. So we're going to be close to see if John gets 24 laps or not. Right now, 23:00. This time by 24:15. See how this one finishes out. Anthony also on the verge too, 22 flat at the moment. Keep on going.
King Arroyo done. Chef Dave done. John Milio done.
Oh, that car's still alive.
Rich Bright done.
Well, actually, Anthony did get the next lap up, so he does hold on to the 2 spot.
All drivers are finished.
All right, so John
Anthony
taking it
Zachiglowski done.
24-14, sneaking by for the bonus lap. Anthony also sneaking by for his bonus lap, 23-24. Got King 22-03, Dave 22-05, and Rich 19-12.
The race is completed.
All right, that'll be race number 1 in the books. Race number 2. You guys are up.
Jump and land N. Steve Lung. Leader. Rice cakes. Julian Taylor. Jordan Rivera.
All right, we got everybody checked in. Got my marshals out here. All right, folks, starting order for this round will be Jordan 1, Landon 2, Julian 3, Brian 4, Steve 5, and Mike 6. All right, folks, we'll get this one going. Jordan on the tone. Landon, Julian, Brian, Steve, and Mike. All right, we got Landon 14-1, Jordan 14-6, Steve 16-3. Oh. Brian might have a little extra caster now. "45 seconds in, we got Landon 26-13, Jordan 25-06, Mike 24-09, Julian 22-05, Steve 21-03.
5 minutes left.
Just 1 minute into this one. And that time around, Landon going 13-9. Got Jordan 14-1, Michael 14-5, Steve a 14-6, Julian 14-6. All right, Landon's pace now 26-11, Mike 24-01, Jordan 24-05, Steve 23-06, Julian 23-07, and Brian back in the game. 1:45 down, 4:15 left.
Four minutes left.
All right, Landon currently 6 seconds up on the new second place car of Mike Hughes. Guy Hughes 1/10 of a second ahead of Jordan. Jordan 3.6 ahead of Julian. Julian 2.2 ahead of Steve. And BG going 14-0 that time by. Yeah, 220 down, 340 left. .230 down, 330 remaining. Landon now 7 seconds ahead of Jordan. Jordan 1.3 ahead of Mike. Mike 1.9 ahead of Julian. Julian 5 ahead of Steve. Got 3:10 remaining here. Careful with the first double. A little marshalling from the driver's stand. 3 minutes down, drivers.
3 minutes left.
All right, Landon currently 26:14. We got Jordan 24:01, Mike 24:02, Julian 24:05, Steve 23:03. Got 2:40 to go. .225 left. Landon now 8 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 1.1 ahead of Mike. Mike 1.5 ahead of Julian. Julian 10 ahead of Steve. Jordan, his fastest lap there, 14:0. Way to go. Just over 2 minutes remain. 4 minutes down.
2 minutes left.
All right, minute 55 to go. Landon 26:12 for pace. Got Jordan 25:11. Julian 24:02. Mike 24:10. And Steve 23:07. A minute 30 remaining, drivers. 90 seconds left. All right, a minute 15 remaining. Race leader making his way in front of the driver's stand. Second place car down the back straight.
1 minute left.
All right, so Landon now 12 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 2.6 ahead of Julian. Julian 6 ahead of Mike. Mike 8.4 ahead of Steve. .40 seconds to go, drivers. Careful up front. Oh, back straight. Careful on the back straight. Go wide. Inside. That was good heads-up marshaling by John Melio. Got 20 seconds to go, drivers. And closest battle now going to be Mike and Julian. Got 10 seconds to go, drivers. Keep going, keep going.
Jordan Rivera done. Steve Leung done. Julian Taylor done. Leader done.
All right,
All
that'll be a
drivers
race,
are
guys.
finished.
Landon going 26:15.
Jump and
Jordan
land and
24
done.
flat. Mike 24:05. Julian 24:10. And Steve 23:06.
The race is completed.
Okay, race number 3. You guys are up. All right, this one's going to be James, Lucas, Patrick, Omar, Art, and Joe.
Lucas Zajiglowski. James Kolakchio. AJ Cardinale. Patrick Brill. Joe Colicchio. Omar Man and Salsa.
All right, we got everybody checked in. Might need a little help on the left, Landon. Hey, Landon, maybe on the left, mid-left. I'm sending you out to the Midwest. All right, guys. Starting order going to be James, Lucas, Patrick, Omar, Art, and Joe. All right, folks. We are going with James on the tone. Lucas, Patrick, Omar, Art, and Joe. All right, we got James going 14-3, Lucas a 14-7, Art 15-1, Omar 15-3, Patrick a 15-2, Joe going 15-3. 2 laps in for most of my guys. Got 45 seconds in the books. Right now it's Art Cardinale out front. Oh, now Lucas taking it over.
5 minutes left.
All right, Lucas, Art, Omar, Patrick, Joe, and James, your full running order at the moment. But the whole field, first to last right now, 2 seconds. Careful on the back straight. Go wide, go wide, go wide. Inside. Let's see what Omar's lap time is here. Yeah, it was still a long lap, so yeah, proceed. A lot happened to Omar on that lap. Got a minute 45 down, 4:15 to go. I don't know, if you were to put together a compilation of Omar's greatest hits, that lap might have made the cut.
4 minutes left.
All right, 2 minutes in, 4 minutes to go. Got Art Cardinale 25-10, James 25-12, Lucas at 25-14, Patrick 14-05, Joe 14-09, Omar 23-12. Got 3:45 to go, drivers. Got Art currently 8/10 up on James. James 1/10 ahead of Lucas. Those guys 2.6 ahead of Patrick. Patrick 1 point, now 2.1 ahead of Joe. And Joe 6.2 ahead of Omar. Got 3:15 to go. Fast lap here. Going to be James a 14-0. Got Art 14-2. Lucas a 14-5. Patrick 14-8. Joe 15-0. Omar 14-3. 3 minutes down.
3 minutes left.
James another 14-0 that time by. Right now, Art just half a second ahead. All right, 2:40 remains, drivers. $2:30 to go. All right, 3:45 down, 2:15 remains. Right now, Art 2.2 ahead of James. James 0.016 ahead of Lucas. Lucas 2 seconds ahead of Patrick. Patrick 8.1 ahead of Joe.
2
Joe
minutes left.
2.1 ahead of Omar. A minute 50 to go, drivers. .140 remaining. Right now, Art's pace 25.09, Lucas 25.14, Patrick 24.02, James 24.11, Joe 23.01, and Omar 23.05. A minute 30 left, drivers. 90 seconds remain. This is race number 3 on track. All right, Art 2.7 ahead of Lucas. Lucas 3.4 ahead of Patrick. Patrick 9 ahead of James. James 9/10 ahead of Omar. And Omar 7/10 ahead of Joe.
1 minute left.
1 minute remains, drivers. Closest battle there, 4, 5, and 6. That'd be James, Omar, Joe. .45 seconds remaining. Careful up front, guys. Careful up front. That's clear. 30 seconds remain. Art 3.5 ahead of Lucas. Lucas 3.5 ahead of Patrick. Patrick 10 ahead of Omar. Omar 1.5 ahead. Actually, James now 0.1 ahead of Omar. And Omar 1 ahead of Joe. Ten seconds remain. Oh, careful up front. Yeah, Omar gave us a warning.
Patrick
Keep going,
Burrell done.
drivers.
Omar Man and Salsa done. Joe Colicchio done. James Colicchio done. Lucas Zachiglowski done.
All right,
drivers
folks,
are
that
finished.
will be a race.
AJ
Art
Cardinale
Cardinale going
done.
25.10. Lucas at 25.13. Patrick 24.02. James 24.13. Joe 23.01. Omar 23.03.
The race is completed.
All right, folks, this is race number 4.
Trevor Hughes. Kevin Allen. George Lynn. Gumpa. Ryan R. Randall.
All right, looks like I got my marshals out here. Do I got everybody? Looking for Art, Lucas, Patrick, James, Joe, and Omar. All right, starting lineup here is going to be George 1, Bryant 2, Trevor 3, Kevin 4, and Ryan 5. All right, folks, we are going to go with George on the tone. Bryant, Trevor, Kevin, and Ryan. Got George 13-9, Bryant to 13-5. Got George on his lid. Got Trevor 14-0, Kevin 14-5, Ryan 15-0. We're 35 seconds in. .45 seconds down. Round backing it up at 13-6. So we got Bryant 27.07 for pace, Trevor 26.13, Kevin 25.05, Ryan 25.04 now, George 23.02 at the moment. Got a minute 20 down, 4:40 to go. Mirafonte going 13.4 that time around. A little bit of a bobble there. Yeah, a minute 30 down, 4:30 to go. All right, now it's Mirafonte, Hughes, Randall, Lynn, and Allen. All right, 13.5 for Mirafonte that time around. All right, $1.50 down, 4:10 to go. And Mirafonte resetting fast time there, 13.431. Yeah, he was going his fastest lap at 13.8. Backing it up with a 15.0. Got George going 13.5. 2:15 down, 3:45 to go. Right now, Bryant, George, Trevor, Ryan, and Kevin, your full order. Bryant now 7 seconds up on George. George 2.3 ahead of Trevor. Trevor 1.6 ahead of Ryan. Ryan 3.5 ahead of Kevin. And Bryant last time by 13.9. This time around to 13.5. Got 3:15 to go, drivers. All right, 13.4 for Mirafonte that time by. In case you guys are wondering, Tony Wilson asked me to announce his laps.
3 minutes left.
Is it a research thing, or is he just trying to get into Bryant's head? 13.6 that time by for Bryant. Got 13.4 for George Lynn. Right now, gap between those two drivers, 7.2 seconds. And that time around, Bryant resetting fast lap at 13.412. 2:35 remains. All right, 13.6 that time by for your leader. 13.4 for George. Trevor 14.7 that time by. 2:20 remaining. Bryant 27.09 the pace. 13.6 that time by. George 26.09. Trevor 25.05. Ryan 25.13. Kevin 24 flat. Just about 2 minutes to go. Mirafonte clocking in 13.5. So that's been confirmed. Wilson doing a research project here. We're not trying to psych out Bryant. 13.6 that time by. Bryant 7.2 ahead of George. George 8.5 ahead of Trevor. Trevor's 6.4 ahead of Ryan. And Ryan, Kevin just 0.4 apart. Bryant to 13.9 that time by. $120 to go. Bryant going 13.6. On his lid. So I remember RC Scoring Pro, when he'd have a fast time, he'd sound kind of excited, like 13.4. And then if he had a bad lap, it would sound like 13.9. It's kind of funny.
1 minute left.
Got 1 minute to go, drivers. Bryant 17.8 that time by. 50 seconds to go. 13.4 that time by for your leader. I wonder, who here even knows what RC Scoring Pro is? 35 seconds remain. Bryant, 1.6 ahead of George. George, 15 ahead of Trevor. Trevor, 2.8 ahead of Ryan. Ryan, 0.7 ahead of Kevin. Amir Fuente at 13.5 and then going on his lid there. 15 seconds to go. All right, we'll see what it looks like here. Previously 1.7 between him and George, down to 0.3. And looks like TQ not going to change hands on this run.
George Lynn done.
Amir Fuente going to cap that off with a 13.6.
Trevor Hughes
He's going to
done.
finish 4/10 up on George Lynn. All right, we got Ryan and Kevin to the flag
Kevin
here.
Allen done.
And Ryan
All
going to
drivers
finish
are
1 second
finished.
ahead of Kevin.
Ryan R.
All
Randall
right,
done.
so it's going to be Brian 26.02, George 26.03, Trevor 25.04, Ryan 25.08, Kevin 25.09.
The race is completed.
Okay, moving into race number 5, Stadium Truck.
Jordan Rivera. Rice cakes. Jump and land N. Julian Taylor. Patrick Brill.
All right, I can use some turn marshals, please. Oh, got Spider Bryant there. Ideally, I could use one in front of the driver's stand on the seat. All right, starting order is going to be Brian 1, Julian 2, Jordan 3, Landon 4, Patrick 5. All right, we'll get this party started. BG on the tone. Julian, Jordan, Landon, Patrick. All right, BG of 14.9, Jordan 15.2, Landon 15.3, Julian 15.6, Patrick 15.6. 30 seconds in. BG of 14.5 that time around. Jordan and Julian 14.6. Landon 15.0, Patrick 15.2. 45 in, 5:15 left. All right, 55 in, 5:05 to go.
5 minutes left.
All right, Brian, 14-1 that time around. Jordan, 14-6. Julian, 14-4. Landon, a 14-9. Patrick, 15-0. A minute 15 in, 4:45 to go. So BG currently on 25.04 for pace. Jordan, 25.10. Julian, 25.12. Patrick, 24.09. And Landon, 24.09 as well. All right, minute 40 in. Jordan going 14.5 that last time around. Minute 50 down. All right, 2 minutes in.
4 minutes left.
Got BG 1.7 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 3.6 ahead of Julian. Julian 1.5 ahead of Patrick. Patrick 2 seconds up on Landon. 2:30 down, 3:30 left. All right, Landon going 14-3 that time around. Yeah, 2:55 down, 3:05 to go. BG out front.
3 minutes left.
This time by, let's see, let Jordan cross first. Margin 0.7 between Brian and Jordan. Jordan currently 7 seconds up on Patrick. Patrick 2.5 ahead of Landon. Landon 1 second ahead of Julian. Yeah, 2:45 to go, drivers. The battle for the lead is close. And 3, 4, and 5 are within distance. Yeah, 3:30 down, 2:30 to go. Patrick at 14-7 that time by. At 2:15 to go. Careful, last jump, guys.
2 minutes left.
You heard the man. 2 minutes to go. BG 25:07, Jordan 25:09, Patrick 24:14, Landon 24:15, Julian 23:08. Minute 45 to go, racers. This is our final qualifier on this track layout. Minute 35 to go here. All right, minute 20 to go, drivers. BG 2.9 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 14 ahead of Landon. Landon 1.4 ahead of Patrick. Patrick 5 ahead of Julian.
One minute left.
$45 seconds remaining. All right, so that bobble from Landon is going to put himself and Patrick within 1 second. Yeah, 30 seconds remaining. $20 seconds to go. BG now 5 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 16 ahead of Landon. Landon 0.05 ahead of Patrick. And Patrick 8.5 ahead of Julian. Now 5 seconds left, drivers.
Rice cakes done. Julian Taylor done. Jordan Rivera done. Jump and land and done. All drivers are finished.
All right, that'll be BG
Patrick Brill
25:05, Jordan 25:10, Landon 24:12, Patrick 24:14, Julian 23:05. All right, folks, get the main events sorted here.
race is
Time's now
completed.
8:03. Estimated start time 8:15.
Martin Arroyo.
All right, folks, get started in 10 minutes. Well, main event lineup. Our first man up, the D group, going to be Joe, King, Anthony, Dave, Rich, and Martin. C group tonight, going to be Patrick, Brian, Omar, Mike, Steve, and John. Our B group, going to be Ryan, Kevin, James, Art, Julian, Lucas. And A group, George, Bryant, Landon, Jordan, and Trevor. We'll take one bump up from each lower main. Might take two from the B, though. All right, and then we got truck race number 5. right, folks. It's about that time. We're going to start calling up race number 1. All right, race number 1, Joe, King, Anthony, Dave, Rich, and Martin.
King Arroyo.
If I get my drivers from truck out here, please.
Joe Colicchio. Anthony Zachiglowski. Rich Bright.
All right, folks, our starting grid. Actually, I am missing Dave. Ah, Dave left. Is he really hurt? Okay, we got grid. Drivers, best of luck. We are going racing. All right, got King out front. Anthony making a move and not quite able to, but still in it. Got 15 seconds in. It's going to be Joe taking over the top spot. King in the 2, followed by Martin. Oh, King flipping. Losing the body shell. Somebody buy that kid some Velcro. 35 seconds in. Yeah, Joe out front 1.5 ahead of King. King 1.3 ahead of Martin. Martin 5.4 ahead of Anthony. Anthony 5.4 ahead of Rich. So a battle between the leaders right now. Give me the blue and orange and the car with no body.
5 minutes left.
All right, Joe going 15-2 that time by. He's now 1.3 ahead of King. King now 4.1 ahead of Martin. See what the split time is here. Martin 5.6 ahead of Anthony, but Martin running into some trouble there. Yeah, minute 25 down, 4:35 left. Joe going 14-9 last time around. Yeah, King going 15-0. All right, leaders, we'll be coming up on some traffic here. That's going to be blue and orange and car with no body. All right, a minute 45 in, 4:15 to go. All right, 2 minutes in.
4 minutes left.
Careful on the back straight, that's clear. This time by Joe. Oh, Joe hits the dot. That is going to put King out front. Yeah, that's the car with no body and probably 6 degrees of front camber. Oh, it's stanced, bro. You got 235 in, 325 to go. Trouble for King, trouble for Joe in the same spot. All right, 250 down, 310 to go. So battle between the leaders remains close here. Down the back straight they go.
3 minutes left.
3 down, 3 to go. 0.7 the gap here. King just ahead of Joe. These guys are 4.5 ahead of Anthony. Anthony 4.2 ahead of Martin. Yeah, 245 remaining. Yeah, 235 to go. Oh, King hitting a home run there. Now go ahead, go ahead. If you fly off the track, I'll give that one to him. Got 2:15 to go, drivers. Got Joe out front, 5.6 ahead of Anthony. Yeah, Anthony 0.4 ahead of King. King 10 ahead of Martin. 2 minutes left, drivers. Closest battle here, Anthony versus King. Still got a minute 50 to go here, drivers. And closest battle is still going to be Anthony and King, 2.9. See what happens. We got a minute 40 to go. Anthony, a little stumble there. Minute 35. Let's see this time around, gap 1.6. These guys are working their way through traffic. Minute 25 to go. Is Joe out front, 6 seconds up on Anthony. Anthony 2 seconds up on King. And King about 12 seconds ahead of Martin. 70 seconds left, careful of the chicane. Up front. And that is clear.
1 minute left.
5 down, 1 to go. Anthony going 15-1 that time around. Fastest lap of this race going to be King at a 14.8. Got Joe a 14.9. King that time by, just as I said that, 14.7. Got Martin a 15.7. Rich 17.3. 35 seconds remaining. Closest battle, still those two cars. Green and pink versus nobody. 25 seconds left. Oh, King eats a dot. Anthony eats a dot. Down the back straight they go. It looks like they should get one more after this. We'll see what happens here, though. 9 seconds to go. They're side by side. Neither giving way. And it's going to be King pulling ahead down the back straight. They get by for one more lap. And it's a battle to the finish here.
Joe Colicchio
Anthony
done.
a little too tight.
Martin Arroyo done.
And
King Arroyo done.
that battle coming down to the very last lap.
All drivers are finished. Anthony Zachiglowski done.
All right, so Joe gets the bump up to the C-main event. Great battle there. King and Anthony both giving it a good effort. Got Martin in the 3 and Rich in the 4.
The race is completed.
All right, seeing as we're one man down, I am going to need probably a little bit of help for this race. All right, so podium for this one going to be King Anthony Martin. King Anthony Martin will be the podium.
Leader. John Milio. Rice Cakes. Omar Man and Salsa. Steve Loom. Joe Colicchio. Patrick Brill.
All right, guys, I'm going to need some turn marshals. Line up for this one. We're going to put Patrick on the 1, Brian 2, Omar 3, Mike 4, Steve 5, John 6, Joe 7. We need some turn marshals out here, guys. All my drivers from that last race. I'm going to need some help. Nice. Can I get one more out here, perhaps? I could use somebody over here on the east. Should have, let's see, King Anthony, Martin, Rich, and got Landon helping. So who am I missing? Am I missing anybody? Let's see. Okay, I suppose we'll be okay, Landon. You got a bit of ground to cover in the middle of there. Okay, and then, yeah, King, if you move kind of towards the middle. All right, folks, we are going racing, drivers. Less than 5. And Patrick, costly mistake on the start. Still got 6 minutes to go here, so plenty of time to rebound. BG to the top spot. Omar in the 2, followed by, that is Mike Hughes. Wearing some unusual colors tonight. Yeah, big pile up here at the rollers. Oh, geez. 35 seconds in. BG way out front. Patrick, a nice rebound back up to the 2 spot. Will navigate his way through that hornet's nest. Yeah, 45 seconds down. Yeah, BG 14-0 last time by. Patrick about 5.8 back. Patrick 1 second ahead of Mike.
Left.
Mike 1.1 ahead of John. John 0.4 ahead of Omar. Omar 0.4 ahead of Steve. Steve about 2 and change up on Joe. At the leader down the back straightaway, running the white, blue, yellow, and orange. All right, 1:25 in, 4:35 to go. BG going 13-9, backing it up a 14-1. He's 7 seconds up on Patrick, who's 1 second ahead of Mike. Mike 2 seconds up on John. Yeah, John 2.5 ahead of Omar. Omar 1.1 ahead of Steve. Steve 1.3 ahead of Joe. Yeah, leader slicing his dice his way through traffic pretty efficiently. Oh, until I said that. Yeah, 2 minutes down, drivers.
4 minutes left.
BG 8 seconds up on Hughes. Hughes half a second up on Brill. Yeah, Patrick 2.3 ahead of John. John 2.7 ahead of Omar. 2:15 down, 3:45 left. Race leader Mao making his way over the rollers, over the final double. Down the back straight. 3:30 remaining. BG now 6.7 ahead of Mike. Mike 1.6 ahead of Patrick. Patrick 1.9 ahead of John. John 2.8 ahead of Omar. Omar 3.7 ahead of Joe. Joe 3.1 ahead of Steve. Got 2:55 into this race. We're now 3 minutes in.
3 minutes left.
BG 7 ahead of Mike. Mike 2.3 ahead of Patrick. Patrick 1.8 ahead of John. John 2.9 ahead of Omar. Omar 5.9 ahead of Joe. Got 2:45 remaining. Oh, last double, guys. Careful in the last double. That is clear. So BG making his way down the back straight. Got Mike Hughes, your second place car, making his way over the rollers. Third place runner, Patrick, in front chicane, over the rollers now. Careful landing that last double, guys. That is clear. Drivers, we got 4 minutes down and
2 minutes left.
BG 10 ahead of Mike. Mike 2.3 up on Patrick. Patrick 3.9 ahead of John. John 4.6 ahead of Omar. Omar 2.4 ahead of Steve. Steve 6.5 ahead of Joe. Fast lap in this group, BG at 13.9. Got Mike a 14.4. Patrick 14.6. Omar 14.8. John 14.8. Steve 14.6. And Joe 14.9. Minute 30 remaining. Yeah, Steve going 14.3 that time by. Minute 20 to go, drivers. All right, drivers, just over 1 minute to go. BG 13-second lead.
1 minute left.
Hughes about 4 ahead of Brill. Brill 3.3 ahead of Emilio. Emilio 4.6 on Manansala. Manansala 1.2 ahead of Leung. Leung 11 up on Colicchio. 45 seconds to go. All right, 30 seconds left. Got BG +1 on the field. Ten seconds left. Whoa, nice landing. All right, time has expired.
Omar
As you
Man
cross
and
the
Salsa
line,
done.
you will be done.
Rice cakes done.
BG gonna
Steve
move
Lim
up to
done.
the B group.
Leader done. Joe Colicchio done. Patrick Brill done. All drivers are finished. John Milio done. The race is completed.
All right, folks, that will be a race. BG to the B. Podium for this one going to be Mike, Patrick, and John. Rest order, Omar, Steve, and Joe. Okay, our B group of
Kevin
buggy.
Allen.
Ryan, Kevin,
Ryan
James,
R.
Art,
Randall.
Julian, Lucas, and Brian.
Lucas Sichiglowski. AJ Cardinale. James Colicchio.
Back straight, back straight. Leader. Hey, you guys know the rules. $20 a lap.
Julian Taylor.
You know, I suppose the $20 a lap thing could go either way. If you want a lap taken off someone's time, $20. Although due to inflation, might be going up.
Rice cakes.
We might be going to $25 a lap soon. All right, Ryan Randall going to be on the 1 spot. Kevin Allen on the 2. James Colicchio on the 3. Art Cardinale 4. Julian Taylor 5. Lucas on the 6. BG on the 7. Okay, grid is almost set. All right, folks, drivers ready. This is our B-Main and Buggy. Pretty stacked B-Main, to be honest. Top 2 are going to transfer up to the A-Main. We'll be going in less than 5. All right, a little bobble here. That's going to allow Kevin to the top. They're side by side for a moment. So it's going to be Allen out front, followed by Randall. Cardinale in the 3 spot. Still close here. 25 seconds in. Kevin going 14.5, Ryan 14.4, Art 14.7, Julian 14.7, Brian 14.7, Lucas 15.0, James 14.4. Yeah, 45 seconds in. Kevin out front. Half a second ahead of Ryan. Ryan 0.3 up on Art. These guys making their way down the back
5
straightaway.
minutes left.
105 down, 4:55 remains. Allen out front, being pursued by Randall. We got Cardinale and Gross in the same pack. Our next pack going to consist of Lucas, Julian, and James. Very close racing here in our main event so far. $130 down, 4:30 left. 1 through 4 within 1.1 seconds of each other. Whoa, somebody went off the track. It's Julian. So we got Kevin out front. Little bit of a lead on Ryan, not much. Kevin going 13.9 that time by. Kevin driving that new X-Ray. Might have made a few adjustments here. Ask him in his post-race interview. Yeah, 2:15 down, 3:45 to go. Randall in the 2 spot. Cardinale now Gross in the 3. And Randall making the move to the top spot. 2:25 in, 3:35 to go. Ryan Randall out front. Kevin Allen right there. And Brian Gross right with them. 3-car lead pack. Cardinale trying to hang on. 2:45 in, 3:15 to go. Ryan half a second up on Kevin. Down the back straight they go. Got 3 minutes down.
3 minutes left.
Randall keeping those lines super tight. BG starting to put some pressure on Kevin. They are taking the top 2 out of this one. Randall going 14.1 that time by. Oh, catching the back wheels. Able to get on over it, but Kevin and Brian getting a little bit closer. Leaders are coming up on the back straight. Good teamwork, guys. Yeah, 3:30 down, 2:30 left. Ryan, 3/10 up on Kevin, who is 4/10 up on Brian. Cardinale is 1.6 back of the pack. Got Julian about 5 seconds behind Art. James 3.5 behind Julian. And let's see, James is 4.2 ahead of Lucas. Oh, something happened.
2 minutes left.
Oh. So that's going to put Cardinale in the 3 spot. 1:50 to go, drivers. So it is Randall and Gross in the bump spots right now. Cardinale in the 3, followed by Allen and Taylor, Colicchio, and Lucas. 1:35 to go. Minute 30 remains, 90 seconds left. The race leader makes his way over the martini glass. He's about 2 seconds up on Gross. Gross 1.7 ahead of Cardinale. Cardinale half a second ahead of Kevin. Kevin 7.9 ahead of Julian. Julian 8.1 ahead of James. And James just ahead of Lucas. Or he was.
1 minute left.
55 seconds remain, drivers. Race leader driving the pink and white with the blue trim. Second place, his signature colors, yellow, orange, blue, and white. Yeah, 40 seconds to go, drivers. $25 seconds to go. This time by Randall checking in, 2.5 up on Gross. Gross 3.1 ahead of Allen. Allen 0.4 ahead of Cardinale. 10 seconds left, drivers.
Lucas Sachigloski done. Julian Taylor done. Ryan R. Randall done. James Colicchio done.
All
Bryce
right, the
Gates
crowd
done.
going wild.
Kevin
Ryan
Allen
Randall and Brian Gross.
All
You
drivers
guys
are
have made it
finished.
to the A-main event.
AJ Cardinale done.
Yeah, Kevin in the 2, followed by Art, Julian, Lucas, and James. So podium for this one is going to be Kevin, Art, and Julian. Kevin, Art, and Julian to the podium, please.
The race is completed. George Lynn. Trevor Hughes. Jump and land N. Gumpa. Jordan Rivera. Ryan R. Randall.
All right, this is going to be our final buggy race of the night. Still got a truck after this. This is our main event of buggy. All right, I believe this is what they call the penultimate race of the night. It's a fancy word for second to last.
Rice
I hope I'm
cakes.
saying it right. I'm going to need some turn marshals, please. Our lineup is going to be George on the 1, Bryant on the 2, Landon on the 3, Jordan on the 4, Trevor on the 5, Ryan on the 6, and Brian on the 7. All right. I'm going to need all my guys from the last race: Kevin, Art, Julian, Lucas, and James. Actually, in that case, everybody's a winner. So yeah, if the track change, we do need some help. So yeah, if you guys could stick around, we'll do a track change. All right, folks. Grid is set. Drivers ready. We're going racing. Less than 5. Here we go. Oh, George getting it wrong. Landon getting collected. All right, Mirafonte out front. Rabara up to the 2. Hughes in the 3. Lynn back up to the 4. BG 5, Landon 6, and that's going to be Ryan back to the 7. Got 30 seconds down. Right now, Bryant 1.7 ahead of second place. So Bryant holding down fast lap 13.4, backs it up another 13.4. Jordan a 14.0, Trevor 13.9. George 13.7, Brian 13.9. Yeah, just about 1 minute down.
5 minutes left.
Bryant that time by starting this one off 3 consecutive 13.4s and backing them up with a 13.7. Hughes 3.8 behind your race leader. Yeah, George Lynn not too far back of Hughes. And we got a little battle here. 4, 5, and 6. Oh, Landon traction rolls at Kevin to your left. Got him. 4:25 to go. Yeah, Bryant 5 seconds ahead of Trevor. Trevor 1.3 ahead of George. George 2.2 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 3 ahead of Brian. Brian 2.7 ahead of Landon. Landon 2 ahead of Ryan. Got 2 minutes down, drivers.
4 minutes left.
So Brian going 13.4 again. Then backing it up with a 13.7. Hughes going 13.8. Linda 13.5. Jordan 14.0. Brian 13.9. Landon 14.0. And Ryan 14.1. 2:15 down, drivers. 3:45 left. Bryant, George, Trevor, Jordan, Brian, Landon, Ryan, your full running order. Yeah, 3:25 remaining. So, Mirafonte 7.2 ahead of Lynn. Lynn 4.3 ahead of Hughes. Hughes 0.7 ahead of Rabara. Rabara 2.5 ahead of Gross. Gross 1.4 ahead of Kane. Kane 3 seconds up on Randall.
3 minutes left.
3 down, 3 to go. $2.50 remains. All right, Brian, George, Trevor, Jordan, Brian, Landon, Ryan. So Brian now 7.3 seconds up. See, race leader coming up on the 3rd place car. Going over the rollers. Hitting that last double through the kink and down the back straight. 2:20 to go. Brian, George, Trevor, Jordan, Brian, Landon, and Ryan. All right, 3:55 down, 2:05 to go. We are now 4 minutes in.
2 minutes left.
Closest battle right now, actually going to be 3, 4, 5, and 6. I got Hughes 1.5 ahead of Rabara. Rabara 0.6 ahead of Landon. Landon 1.2 ahead of Brian. Minute 40 remaining. All right, a minute 25 remains. Brian, George, Trevor, Jordan, Brian, Landon, Ryan. Brian now 7.7 ahead of George. George 8.8 ahead of Trevor. Trevor 3.2 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 0.7 ahead of Brian. Brian 2 seconds up on Landon. Landon 3.5 ahead of Ryan.
1 minute left.
You heard the man. 1 minute to go. "45 seconds remain." Oh, Jordan and Brian currently closest battle on track. 30 seconds left. "25 seconds remain." "10 seconds." And
Trevor
that
Hughes
is
done.
time.
Jordan Rivera done. George Lynn done. Rice Cakes done. Goompa done. Jump and land and done.
All right, that'll be a
All
race,
drivers
guys.
are finished.
So it's going to be Mirafuente taking
Brian
down the
Randall
W. George going 2, and Trevor on the podium taking the 3. Rest of the order going to be Jordan, Brian, Landon, and Ryan. All right, folks.
The race is completed.
We are now moving on to race number 5. Final race of the night. That is going to be truck. Brian, Julian, Jordan, Landon, Patrick, Mike.
Jordan Rivera. Patrick Brill. Jump and land and. Rice Cakes. Julian Taylor.
All right, we got some marshals on track. All right, lineup for this one. We're going to put Brian on the 1, Julian 2, Jordan 3, Landon 4, and Patrick 5. All right, folks. Grid is good. Drivers, best of luck. We are going racing in less than 5. OBG going up and over the tube. That is going to put Taylor to the top. Arabara right there on the tailgate. BG there as well. Top four breaking away a little bit. Landon getting stuck. So we got Julian Taylor 1.9 ahead of BG. BG just ahead of JR. We got 45 seconds in, 5:15 to go. Julian, Brian, Jordan, Landon, Patrick, your full running order. All right, Julian 1.6 ahead of Brian.
5
See what
minutes
the gap
left.
is this time around, 0.8. Got BG 0.9 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 1.4 ahead of Landon. Landon 1.5 ahead of Patrick. Julian flipping it over. Getting it back on all four wheels, but not before two trucks make their way on by. So BG now to the top. Jordan 2, followed by Julian, Landon, and Patrick. Minute 30 down, 4:30 left. All right, $1.40 down. Got BG making his way across the line. Jordan now across the line, 1.8 back. Jordan now 0.6 ahead of Julian, who's 1.1 ahead of Landon, who's 2.5 ahead of Patrick. BG with the fast lap here, 14.1, backs it up to
4 minutes
14.2.
left.
Jordan and Julian going 14.4s, Landon 14.3, Patrick 14.6. Got 2:10 down, 3:50 to go. All right, 2:25 in, 3:35 to go. Jordan and Julian having a battle for the 2 spot right now, and they got Landon right there with them. Meanwhile, BG now 3 seconds up the road. Got 3:15 to go, drivers. So BG's fast lap of 14.1. Little tangle up over the double.
3 minutes
That's
left.
going to gain Landon a spot here. Landon going 14.2 there. Yeah, 2:55 remaining. Jordan, Landon, Julian still having a close battle here. Meanwhile, BG 3.2 seconds ahead of that pack. Got 2:35 remaining, drivers. Jordan going 14.2 that time by. He's feeling a little bit of heat here. 2:20 remaining. Brian, Jordan, Landon, Julian, Patrick, your full running order. Landon putting all sorts of pressure on Jordan here.
Two minutes left.
You heard the man, 2 minutes to go. So BG falling back a little bit. He's now just 2 seconds up. Well, 1.6 now, the gap between Brian and Jordan. Jordan 1 second ahead of Landon. Landon 3 ahead of Julian. And Julian is 5.2 ahead of Patrick. Minute 30 to go. A minute 30 remains, 90 seconds left. A little trouble for Landon there, getting it back on the right side. 1:20 to go. All right, so Jordan 1 second ahead of Landon. Landon 1.5 ahead of Julian. That's our closest battle on track. We got 5 minutes down.
1 minute left.
Jordan 1.4 ahead of Landon. Landon 1.2 ahead of Julian. 50 seconds left. 45 seconds remain. So we got Jordan 1.2 ahead of Landon. Landon now 3.5 ahead of Julian. 35 seconds left. And Landon within 1 second of that second place truck. 20 seconds remaining. 6/10 now the gap. Landon is inching closer. 10 seconds to go. They might get one more lap, maybe. 7, 5 seconds left. Down the back straight, they will. All right, comes down
Julian
to this.
Taylor done.
2 corners left. And the back straight.
Rice cakes done. Jordan Rivera
BG
done.
gonna finish 1.6 ahead
Jump
of Jordan.
and
Jordan
land and
0.2 ahead of Landon.
All drivers are finished.
And that will be your
Patrick
podium.
Brill done.
Good racing, gentlemen. All right, folks. That, in all likelihood, is the last race we'll see on this track layout. Thank you all for coming out. We got the track change coming up. Oh, sorry, guys, but we are closing the live stream. Not going to be live streaming the track change. You have to check out the stream on Friday for that, or come by and visit us tomorrow. Good night.